Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and this is Norman, who you all come to see. He did not want to miss today's live stream.
Absolutely. Yeah, for those of you who are Patreons, he's been aggressively napping all day because he's
All
as
day.
excited as we are tonight.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to select the whiskeys that are going to go into this year's Advent tournament. And if this is your first time experiencing the Advent tournament with us, you're in for all sorts of action and hijinks.
I can't believe it's this time of year again. Norman's just busting with excitement.
Yes.
I'm trying to get all the snuggles in that I can because I know that you come for him. So I'm trying to keep him entertained so he stays just a little bit longer.
There's a lot of fur around here too, which is always exciting. Well,
welcome.
Welcome. And if you don't know, the reason that I have such an affinity for this time of year,
yes,
is that my great grandfather is the heat miser, as you can tell by my hairline.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, well, Julie didn't watch a lot of the claymation cartoons like I did when she was a kid, so disregard that joke.
No, now that you say it's like cartoony, I can picture something from like the 19.
I should have had a photo
I don't
ready.
know.
I'll get a photo ready for next time.
Sorry, guys.
Well,
that one was lost on me.
Well, first off, let me say welcome to everybody who has come out today. This is, I keep saying it, I'm really excited. And this is going to be a fun night where we are basically just selecting at random the bottles that are going in. We will tell you how you can get involved, how you can play along throughout the entire month of December. This is our busiest month of the year because we drink every single day and we put it on TV. Well, we put it on YouTube every single day. So
I like that you were saying like, oh, we drink every day like it's a special time of year.
we don't always show it off. Well, let's say hello to some people.
Yes, please.
We've got plenty of members here from YouTube. We've got plenty of Patreons here already. It looks like everybody. Matter of fact, Todd Bellinger, Yahoo. I agree, Todd. That's how I feel. That's how I feel inside. All caps.
All caps.
Ruby Heart 921. Hello.
Hey, Ruby.
Lyle, Lucky Norman, afternoon naps. Yeah, his naps go from...
I could have used a nap today.
He gets 17 hours a day at least.
I know.
Jeff Perkins is here. Hello, Jeff. Yeah, you bet hijinks is coming. Christopher DeVries, hello. Got some East Coast happening here, some West Coast, some center of the country. Aubrey's here. Hello, Aubrey. Aubrey, the big winner.
Big winner last week.
Fantastic.
Love it.
Bill Becker. Snow Miser and Heat Miser. Look, Bill gets it.
I know. I'm sorry. I should do a quick look it up. I feel like it sounds familiar.
It sounds familiar, yeah. Well, that's good.
We didn't even ask, which I'm assuming you can hear us all, but you know how we roll. Sometimes we'll just keep talking for about an hour, and then you're like,
somebody would have told us by now. Somebody would have let us know how dumb we looked. Wendell Wilson's here. Cheers. David Basie? I still don't know. Cheers to you. Timmy, Smoke Wagon. We are going to tell you exactly why that's on the table in just a minute here. Hello, John from Houston. Cheers.
Cheers.
Jim's been aggressively sleeping because he works nights. Just checking in before he has to head out. We appreciate that, Jim. Thank you so much.
Be safe tonight.
Advent calendar from last year's when I found you guys a few months ago. Yeah. Well,
so this year,
those videos are all over the place. We had no idea what we were doing. We didn't know what we were tasting.
I know. I said this last week too, that I'm feeling like I'm gonna be a little bit more choosy this year.
A little more discerning,
perhaps. Yes, that would be nice.
Matt Williams, Juice and Lemon. All right. Matt says I drink every day, sometimes twice. Yeah, we feel that.
Yep.
Here's somebody from West Virginia. Hello, country. Kurt Pearson, my first live event, new Patreon, been watching for months.
Nice.
Love it. Thank you so much for the support, Kurt. We love that. He is silent, just bass. David Bass. Well, I like that. Cheers, David. Thank you so much. And now it's time for us to pour something because I've been saying all these names and welcomes. I'm a little parched.
Are you?
Not really, but I definitely want some whiskey.
I know. That's what I came for.
So, so the tournament, first off, you may not know this, but there are two brackets. I have a bracket. Julie has a bracket. And you can enter each one. Last year, it was just one that you entered, and then you could win for either one of us. This year, we're making two full brackets, so you can say, I think I know Julie's tastes, or I think I know what Phil's going to like here. we think that maybe gives you better odds or at least more control over the situation. So you'll be filling out 2 brackets if you like,
If you like, you don't have to.
but the winner from each bracket will be sent a bottle of Smoke Wagon small batch if you're allowed to receive that in your
Yeah.
state, which most of you are. So
I think we looked in. I don't remember how many, but it was
6,
only 6 weren't allowed.
right?
Oh,
what
I was
so-
like, I think there's more than 6 that deliver.
No. There were only 6 that didn't. So the winner for my bracket and the winner from Julie's bracket will get a bottle of this sent to them. Now,
Delicious.
beyond that, Patreons have a second chance to win because whatever Patreon supporter finishes first in each one of our brackets will also receive a bottle of Smoke Wagon small batch. So if you're wondering if it's a good idea to be a Patreon with this tournament coming up, it totally is. And one other thing, we didn't really talk about it, but if somebody manages to win both Julie's and my brackets,
Oh yeah.
maybe you get a shirt or something. I don't know. There'll be some kind of bonus.
Yeah.
But we're
You
going to
can't
have
win both.
Right.
I mean,
there'll be 4 unique
can't.
winners. At least 4 people will win,
Yeah.
and at least 2 Patreons will win. So
Yeah.
if Patreons win for both of us overall, then 4 Patreons will get things. So
Awesome.
it's a good setup. We absolutely love this Smoke Wagon. It was one of the it's one of the brands
One of my
that
highlights of 2021. I will be
this
honest.
brand blew us away.
It was the first time that I had it.
Mhm.
I mean, I think 2020 was the first time I've had a lot of stuff.
I believe that.
But this one really stood out to me. I liked, for such a sweet drinker like myself, I liked the flavors, the spiciness. It was just something different, and it's one of those that I could have multiple glasses of and not be mad about.
Well, and if you're wondering, oh, is Smoke Wagon sponsoring this? The truth is no, and that should tell you something about how much we like this brand,
Yeah.
because we reached out to them and asked them to partner with us on this. They didn't say no; they just never got back to us.
Yeah, that's about right.
Everybody's busy; everybody's got
Yeah.
stuff going on. But we decided that regardless, we like this brand enough, and we like this bottle enough, and they
Yeah.
make the ordering and shipping of it easy enough, quite honestly, that we're going to go with it.
Yeah,
So,
I like it.
so that's what you can win is the Smoke Wagon. And for those of you who are in states where you can't get this shipped to you, we will figure something out. Whether it's if you live near a liquor barn or a Total Wine or something like that, we can get you a gift card, or it could be merchandise from our store. Something, we'll figure it out. But either way, 4 winners.
Good luck,
and,
everyone.
Good luck. This is
I don't even know where I'll go with this one.
This is going to be a lot of fun.
I like to fill out a bracket just for fun. I don't think I did very well last year.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Let us know what you're drinking.
Mhm.
Sorry that I just squeaked a little bit there.
I liked it. And I like this whiskey. By the way, a lot of you already know, wow, that's oaky. A lot of you already know that we bought this bottle on accident. We thought when we were in Chicago that we were
like it.
grabbing the uncut, unfiltered because it looked like a good deal.
Yeah.
And I moved
And
the
it
bottle.
was, but they had it mislabeled.
Well, no, I reached behind the bottle
Oh,
to get a
right.
different, because it was a clear bottle. And I was like, oh no, I want the dark bottle. Well, the dark bottle was a small batch. So
Yeah.
that's what we wound up with. We weren't sure if we were going to like it. And holy cow, is this good?
Delicious.
It's just delicious.
I also want to make a comment. Do you know how I love commenting on bottles? It's so beautiful. And every time I look at it, I don't know why, but it reminds me of my grandma's, one of her houses when I was little. It's like a lamp. I don't know. It had that like very appealing, it got decorated in the 50s or something kind of look to it.
I just think this is
Beautiful.
it's just desert cool.
Desert cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyway, really, really enjoying this bottle. Bought it on accident and still can't believe how much we're liking it. So that's what we decided to give away. It's a bottle that shocked us. That was so good this year.
I liked it.
We think that enough of you seem to like this one as well.
I
So
know.
that's the good news. Let's keep saying hello to some people here. Eric C. Cheers. Mr. Whiskey Shits is online. Country says, who'd have thunk whiskey would turn into a hobby? I'm right there with you. There's Ivan. How are you, Ivan? Cheers and welcome. Nick is here.
Oh my goodness.
But
Look at
Phil
him.
likes everything. Everybody says that all the time. I can find things to like in everything. I don't
That's
like
true.
everything.
Even the ones where, I mean, I'm not super discerning, but even the ones that I just never again,
Exactly.
you do find something you love about it.
Kim's here. Hello, Kim. Yeah,
Hey,
I found
Kim.
something to like about Old Crow.
You did, yeah.
It was cheap.
Oh, that's true.
Too much air in your glass. Yeah, still too much air, but
Yeah.
We've got a lot to do tonight, so we got to keep our wits about us a little bit.
Yeah. I was watching. I was watching some whiskey tube this week, and I noticed that most people aren't as heavy-handed, let's say, as I am with the pours. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's a more reasonable pour than what I do. Phil poured them, obviously, so that's why it's more reasonable.
It's reasonable to start. Yeah. Everybody's got something going on tonight. I see Stranahan's. That's a bottle we like.
Oh, Jim's drinking coffee, and you know what? I'm not mad at that.
No, that's all right. I don't have a problem with that. Jeff's got some Eagle Rare. Matt's got a Baumburgers. Well done, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Chris. Christopher DeVries says, if I win, I'm sure I can have my New Hampshire relatives receive the package. Maybe I'd share it with them. That's just,
maybe.
That's a treat there.
You don't have to tell them what's in it.
Kim just got a Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered Batch 96 today.
Nice.
That's one of the whiskeys that we absolutely fell in love with. And to be honest, I would love to do that for the winners. Can't find it online right now. So we went with the small batch, which we think is the next best thing. It's stunningly good. We got Knob Creek store pick at 120 proof. That's great. Sagamore Rye Double Oak. That's a bottle that's come on strong for me in the second half of this year. I like it more and more every time I go back to it.
Yeah.
Ivan's drinking Bellmead Reserve. That's a bottle that we liked from the very beginning.
One of my favorites, I think.
Chris is here. He's the Bourbon Man. Cheers from Alberta. Well, we appreciate that. Chris, one of my favorite people to follow on Instagram, by the way. Always up to something. Ruby says we have the clear bottle of Smoke Wagon. Would love to have the dark one if we can get it. Because they're just basically giving you whatever they've got.
Right.
Who knows what we'll be able to get at that point, but hopefully it'll be that.
We can request it.
Right.
That would be nice.
Rags is here. Howdy and welcome. Okay, Bill. Bill says my wife Wendy has Old 55 100% corn bourbon single barrel. We looked at all the Old 55 100% corns. There was one that was $180 in Indiana that I found. That was like 100. I think it was 100 proof, and I was like, that looks awesome. But I didn't do it.
Our first Old 55 too that we just picked up.
Yep, we just got that bottled and bond single barrel.
Really good.
Cedar Lake, Indiana.
Thank goodness I can never remember what I'm drinking because I was like, it was really good. I don't remember, but it was really good.
I meant to get the mouse again tonight so I don't have to constantly lean in so it looks like I'm coming into your living room. Sorry, everybody. I forgot. Mr. Great Shot was a bit heavy-handed last night, so iced tea tonight. Oh, that happens.
Yeah. Could do a little splash in your iced tea if you get feisty later.
Slapshot's got some Yellowstone going in his glass. There he is, drinking some seagrass. All right, D. Jonesy. Welcome.
Oh, definitely strong finish. I took that over to the couch afterwards and had promptly left it there.
Yeah, I think I might have finished that for her at the end of the night.
I was like, oh, this didn't end well.
Don's got a FAE 02. It's a new favorite. We're right there with you. We love that bottle. Tyler saw Jack Daniel's 10 on the shelf today, didn't bother asking the price. That's a shame because that bottle, we got to try a little bit of it and didn't strike me as being it should be an overly expensive bottle, but it was very tasty. So I liked the age on it. You can taste the age on it.
Yeah,
that was a treat. Another Knob Creek single barrel out there. All right, so now what we're going to do, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. Let's pick our first guy.
Exactly. Yeah, I was just going to get the banner going so that people know what we're up to tonight.
Yeah.
And John A is here. Howdy, John. Welcome. We got that Bob Saget. I love that thumb. That's too funny.
I do too. And we're just here for fun tonight, so we're glad that you could enjoy. Phil's got a whole bracket set up. We've got a randomizer picking. I think we've got 50 bottles that are available for choosing. And you want to talk about not so much how we selected them, but why they got selected.
Right. So I'm going to share my screen in just a minute so you can see the bottles that are still in. By the way, hello, Sting the Third, and hello, Grumpy O'Fart with the Leopold 3-chamber rye. Yes. We like the Leopold. We got one back here. We still haven't had that 3-chamber rye.
Yeah. Sorry, I love photos. It's great.
I'm going to turn this banner off. It's
distracting.
It's distracting. I hate that it's
And you can't fill out the brackets out anyway.
No,
yet.
no, not yet.
Soon.
So that is one bonus. We will be actually launching the bracket next week. We're selecting it tonight, and as soon as it's live, we're going to share the link with our Patreons. So one more reason to be in ahead of time, but we will be sharing all of the pertinent information later on.
For sure.
Um,
Man, can I say this again? I cannot believe it's this time of year already.
And also how good this Smoke Wagon Small Batch is. It's delicious.
Definitely.
Remus 5 for Tom. Well done, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I'm going to do is share.
Oh, this is another bourbon van first. Let's see if we can make this happen.
Oh, you're going to be impressed by it. I did a run through the other day, and it was great. All right. So here are the whiskeys that have already been chosen, and you should be able to see it there. It's not perfect, but we're going to do the best we can tonight.
Yeah.
And we picked several bottles that were either we really liked them this year, or maybe we weren't fond of them this year.
You have to have a mix of both, because especially because those ones that you don't like usually somehow show up the day of and knock your socks off.
You never know how they're going to show up in a blind.
Yeah.
And so we've got these things that we're must have got a short pour. Yeah, Matt, I didn't pour them real deep. I'm going to take a sip here.
That's because he's busy doing stuff, and I just get to sit here and drink and chat.
And also, it's a mix. The bottles that we've already chosen are a mix of high proof, low proof, some single barrel stuff. We tried to mix it up as much as we could so that this is going to be totally widespread. And we don't have any order to this thing. We put in the top 4 seeds and the bottom 4 seeds, and that information, it doesn't even matter. The seeding doesn't matter. This is just literally, we may have rye versus bourbons. We might have high proof and low proof. We could have finished or not. Everything is starting off pretty well chaotic. How do I get the password for the tourney bracket? It's not launched yet, but we will be sharing it later on. We'll share it on Instagram.
Yep.
We'll share it. Patreon is where we'll share it first.
Yep. Do we want to walk through the 4 that we've selected to be in?
That's our next step here. So do you want to introduce the ones that you brought over?
Sure. I actually don't remember them. So
perfect.
I remember one of them. So
right.
I will say that the one that I chose that I wanted in is actually the Smoke Wagon.
Right.
I picked it because...
This one right here.
Yeah, this one right here. I picked it because I just thought it was literally one of the best ones that I had all year. I mean, I drank a ton of delicious bourbons this year, of course, but for some reason this one really stood out to me, and I wanted to see how it would rank with all of the other bottles.
Right. Other ones that you chose: Sagamore Spirit Rye Cask Strength.
Yep, I picked that one because I do not like it. Not that I don't like it. It's improved.
It tastes like barbecued grilled pineapple.
The last time we had it, it tasted like a barbecue, and I thought it was so bizarre and so strange. But again, we've drank it now in a couple different at a couple different times, and I've liked them more or less each time I did it. So it's one of those that could be a sneaky pick.
Well, it's a changeling, and when you put it against other bottles, it always appears differently. So that's a good one. Next up, Little Rock's very own Rocktown Single Barrel Proof Bourbon.
Did I pick that one?
Yeah.
So interesting about this is that we obviously were just in Little Rock, and we went to the distillery. We tried a whole variety of different ones. Phil and Trevor, they loved this one.
Trevor from the Bourbon Ranch.
From the Bourbon Ranch, yeah. They loved this one, and I was like, meh about it. So I picked it in because for 2 reasons. I'm curious if I'll like it more, and then curious how much he really does like it and where it'll go.
It's going to be interesting because looking back, I probably should have bought the bottle of Bottled and Bond because that's what Julia got, and she really liked it. I really liked it too. But I really liked the big flavors of the single barrel, the barrel proof version. So that's why I purchased that bottle ultimately. And it's going to be interesting to see how it performs here. It all depends on what it goes up against.
And a little craft in there, I think, could surprise people.
Total one-off. We're not going to find that bottle again.
And I will say it was very flavorful. So
yeah, huge flavors, but a bit of a punch in the face.
Yep.
So.
Oh, and then Heaven's Door is what I put in for my 4th one. And I'm a Heaven's Door fan. We don't really talk about Heaven's Door that often. I don't know if we've never done a review really of one.
No.
But
the last bottle of it we actually finished before we started this channel.
Yeah, I've had 3 variations of it. and I've liked all three.
Yeah.
So I picked that one. We haven't even opened it yet, so I
What
don't
it-
even know what this one tastes like.
So this is one that I actually got to try. We got it at Main Street Liquors in Nashville. It's a cask strength single barrel.
Yeah.
It was a pick by them that is, let's see, I've started putting proofs in, and you'll be able to see this information when we're in there. It's 120.5 proof, so that's another big hitter there. So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The ones that I added, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye, just did not hit my palate at all.
Mhm.
We'll see if blind it hits.
Yep.
Evan Williams 1783 small batch bourbon. For me,
Loved
that
it,
was
yeah.
that was a surprise this year. I really liked that bourbon. We don't have a ton of low proof stuff in the tournament so far, so that's why that's in there. Four Roses Single Barrel Strength. That's the Oregon State barrel strength Four Roses pick this year. And Bluegrass Distillers Toasted Oak Bourbon. Another one that we bought it in Lexington, and we had the neck pour so far.
Yeah.
We told our Patreons a couple weeks ago that one was a little hot or just uncomfortable. It didn't really hit our palates at all, but it was the shape of that bottle and the fact that it's such a neck pour, to me, kind of indicates that there's more to come from that bottle. We may be shocked by that one once we get started. So,
and I'll reiterate this. Even though I said that I was like super pumped about the bottles that I chose, that doesn't mean they're going to go far. I just am so wishy-washy, but I'm going to try to be more discerning, like we mentioned at the top of the hour.
Just going to tag that there because that makes me feel good.
Right. It makes me feel good too.
I'm
always
many
worried.
lights on in the house tonight. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to do, the way we're going to select these is with the random chooser, which.
And did we say how many are going to be in? So we have 50 total, but only
we have 49 bottles, and only 24 more are going to fit. So let me make sure that I'm going to share so that I can actually do multiple screens here. I think that's what we're looking for there. There we go. Okay.
That look good?
That looks good to me, and I'll just make sure that I can toggle back and forth easily because I'm going to have to do that. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
I'm high-fiving you.
Right?
Man, when I have to give a presentation for work, I'm like, Julie, will you share your screen? And I'm like, and it takes me like, you get all like jumpy nervous, and you just like did that. So
Lyle says he never would have expected you to be a Heaven's Door fan. We've had some Dickel Heaven's Door. We've had some that was from other places, and we've had some MGP, and this one here is MGP. Pretty solid pour.
I haven't had that many, but three's a pretty good amount. I've liked them all, so who knew?
Jim says you guys always look and sound great. You should just take the extra money and invest in your next van.
Don't tell
Julie because it's not going to be a van.
Don't bring that up to Phil because every time we go on another trip, I'm like, you know what would be great if this was X or had
you know what
Y.
she wants? It won't be another van. It'll be a camper in the next one. All right. So here you can see, you can't see him too well, and I apologize for that. Let me see if I can zoom in a little. All right, there we go. Now you should be able to see him a little better.
Do we want to pick like 5 and then we'll toggle back in chat and then pick 5? We didn't really discuss this.
I mean, we have to do 24. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go straight down the line. From the top is how we're going to fill them in. So let's do it once the first bracket's filled out and we'll see where we're at.
Okay, I love it.
Okay, so.
Guys, I'm so excited.
We just are going to click the choose button and whatever pops up is what we take in.
I'm going to take number 1.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Drum roll? No, I'm just kidding. Otherwise it'll take forever. Ooh, good.
Restoration Rye. There you go. A bottle that we have not even opened yet.
There are a few bottles in here that we're like, man, we really hope this moves forward, but we just never know. Restoration Rye.
It's got to be up at the top with the Castle and Key. There it is. Going to remove that, and I'm going to paste it over here as participant number 5.
Perfect. Sometimes I could give you some inside information. If you're watching this, maybe you will get some. The Restoration Rye, no inside information. I've never tried it.
We've never tried it yet. We did get recognized when we were at that distillery, though.
Yeah.
At Castle and Key. It was a beautiful place to hang out. The Bourbon RV. Yeah, exactly. All right. Heard very good things about heard very good things about Restoration Rye. So have we, and in particular this batch. So we will see how that goes. And love Restoration Rye. We keep hearing good things.
Great.
Thank you, Wendell. All right. Participant number 6.
Oh my
clicking
gosh.
on the wrong things.
This is kind of fun.
All right. Do you want to choose the next one?
Am I? We can go back and forth.
No, you go for it. You
Oh,
got this.
no. Ooh, Elijah Craig's small batch.
Just basic Elijah Craig small
Yeah.
batch, huh? Okay. That is one that definitely was not in last year.
Taking it out.
All right. That's interesting because that one is another one that I like it sometimes and I don't like it other times. It depends on the spice level on the back of my palate. Some days
Yep.
it hits. All right. Elijah Craig small batch. There you go.
You're in.
And
Gosh, it's like it's Christmas already. All right. Is this what I'm saying that we have to do a couple? Oh, yes.
Calumet
Can I hide
Farm.
this?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Single rack black 15-year.
I say yes, like I'm like real excited, but like I really wanted it to make it in. It is a
Yeah.
love-hate relationship with that bottle for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one that we were I was
And
hoping
I
that
really
would get
wanted like some pricey guys to go up against some. I mean, we don't know what they're going to go up against, but
Yeah.
some
But
pricey guys to go up against some old crow types.
Yeah, we don't know who that's going to match up yet against. It's here in number 23. Okay, let's go back to the chooser. Get that next one. I'm going to take a sip because this is
Ow.
really good whiskey.
Oh, Old Elk.
I'm so glad that this one made the list.
I feel like there's no there's going to be no bad choices here.
No, I like that all of these are making the list.
Yeah.
Where is our Old Elk? These are arranged
I see it.
alphabetically by distillery. So
Oh, really?
instead of by name, I don't know why I did it that way.
Oh, you sure did. You like to make life difficult.
I sure do. All right, Old Elk is in. Let's do a couple more. I'm just going to check in on what the chat's happening here. Castle and Key, beautiful distillery,
Oh.
absolutely.
I will say, David, that Castle and Key was probably my favorite stop. I don't know if we discussed this on our live stream at all, but it was definitely my favorite stop when we went to Kentucky, just because I didn't know anything about it. Phil was really excited. It was a last minute jaunt out, and I was just in love. Like, it's so beautiful.
It was
It's
spectacular.
unbelievable. We didn't even like have a drink or anything. I just wanted to hang out and walk around the pond, and yeah.
We were in line
Have a
waiting to buy
sandwich.
stuff, and somebody was going, Phil, hoping that we would turn around.
Oh, that's so funny. And like, I of course never pay any attention to anything. And so when we left, he's like, "Did you hear those people calling out Phil?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "I would have like totally just turned around and made a scene."
But we were,
yeah.
I mean, we were at the shop. We were buying our bottle.
I
We
know.
were in the middle of like talking to the person behind the counter. It would have been rude to turn away.
Oh, I didn't realize we were at the counter. Yeah, I would never. Yeah.
Bourbon of the week is on. Cheers, Chris. Welcome. We are choosing who's going to be next in the tournament. And actually, I think I can shrink this a little bit so we can see a little better.
I like it.
All right. Go ahead and choose that next one, Jules.
Gosh, we're doing good. Like we're doing anything, but I'm liking it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michter's.
Oh boy, this is the one that I was worried
Phil
about.
almost wanted to take this one out.
I came really close.
Because he said that
It's too distinctive.
it's too distinctive and we'll know what we're drinking. But then I kind of backtracked on that and said, if we know X is up against Y,
yeah,
I probably won't know what I'm drinking, but you most likely will know.
If that Jack Daniel's single barrel rye goes up against Michter's single barrel rye,
Sure,
we're going to know exactly what we're drinking immediately.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm curious because that is a delicious drink.
Yeah.
But if it was going up, say, against,
Whoops.
Jack Daniel's single barrel, who knows?
Right. Who knows? Let's choose one more.
All right, I'm in.
Oregon
Spirit.
So
Homegrown.
This is homegrown. I love this one because it is a 4-grain. Oops. It is a 4-grain. It is a single barrel. It's a bottled and bond. And
Got quite the variety, I just want to say.
it is that's a good bottle right there from a good distillery. That's a grain to glass. That's going to be interesting because that one's another chameleon. The 4 grains in there, that one shifts from the nose to the palate to the finish. It is a changeling, so that's going to be interesting.
Oh my gosh, how fun. How fun. All right, let's see what you guys are up to. I'm also
Greatest tasters of the West. Well, thank you very much. Just to catch you up, if anybody, are you done with your whiskey?
I have like a baby sip left, so I'm not interested. Phil told me that we're gonna do a cork pop tonight because
We are. We didn't even talk about what
we
the next
didn't even
bottle
talk
is.
about it, and I'm really excited. We got a sample of this. I really liked it, and now we got the bottle.
I actually preferred another bottle
It's a
to
terrible.
this.
That was a terrible intro to this.
Well, that bottle too was given to us, and another bottle was given to us. We put them up against each other, and our microphones failed that day, and so that video has never seen the light of day. It was a Old Carter 7, I forget which batch, versus a Smoke Wagon, or not Smoke, Sam Houston 15. Sorry. And I preferred the Carter, and you
and I
preferred the
prefer the
Sam.
15. Yeah.
And so the reason that this is exciting is this is Oregon's first batch.
Ever.
It's OR1.
I have no idea where it's at.
It's over here.
Oh.
It's with the bottles that we. Well, it was with the other Barton over there. So this is 15 years old, 103 proof, batch OR1. This one
is a beautiful color.
15 years, 6 months old. Yeah, what's not to like? Oregon's first one. Looks great to me, but we got a whole thing. I'll let you mess with that and
Great.
cork pop that. I'll catch up on some comments here.
Yes, please.
Just poured some Bookers to get into the
like
Christmas spirit. Well done, Chris.
Nice.
Compass Box blend for Bill Becker. Almost as good as the name sounds. We see a lot of those Compass boxes, and it was just recently that I looked at what actually made up one of the Compass boxes that I was looking at, and I was like, it's like reading a different language. There's so much happening in there.
I will say that I'm glad we didn't see this last week when we did our live stream with the number ones, because this is batch number 1, bottle 101.
Oh, well, I just missed that.
I know. So I'm glad we saved it for today. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's pop it. Here we go. What the mouthfeel on this Smoke Wagon too, by the way. I can't stop
Man,
talking about how
really
good it
am
is.
a fast drinker. You have like a ton left. Did I just get a small pour, or am I just?
Maybe. The cat's here for the pop. Ready, Norman?
Ready,
here we go, bud.
Ooh, yep. I'm gonna need to
get some leverage.
Hunker down a little bit. Oh gosh, hold on.
Hey, we love a cork pop.
Come on, bud. That was a good one. That made it totally worth it, in my opinion.
I'll let you pour them this time.
Oh.
And I'm gonna put a.
Remember when
I'm gonna put a challenge code on mine because it's gonna be a minute before I'm ready to drink that.
Yeah. I will be judicious with my pour. Is that the right way to say judicious? I mean the right. That wasn't really judicious.
That looks great.
Does it?
Wow,
Okay, good.
The color on that's incredible. That's what I meant.
Oh.
David dropping a little history lesson on everybody. That Castle and Key started as Old Taylor. That's the thing that I always love the most about that distillery, is that story. And actually, the Dead Men of Whiskey podcast has a little bit about that on their Taylor episode and also their James E. Pepper episode. Because here's one thing you might not have known is that Colonel Taylor was James E. Pepper's godfather.
Right.
There you go.
I would never have known that. This is why I rely on Phil. He's my history book.
Well, and I realize,
better or for worse.
And I'll remember it, even though she never will. Even though I just shared it.
You did just share it, and I was thinking you were going to say grandson, and then we went the other way.
Different direction entirely. Well, okay, so we've got our next. Would you grab me my challenge coin over there?
Yes.
It's hiding behind the Stag Junior. And our new Christmas.
I feel like you were flexing there when you were calling out Stag Junior there a little bit.
Grab that one. Oh, I thought you meant like physically flexing.
Oh, 2, 3. There you go.
Ah, almost dropped it and I hit the microphone. Sorry, everybody, if that was noisy. All right, there we go. By the way, challenge coins.
That pop.
If you didn't know, we have challenge coins still in the store. We are running low though.
I know.
Starting to get down. Surprised. Actually, I shouldn't be surprised. People really like those, and
they're so cute.
They might be the best in the business.
Yeah. I mean, we could say that. It's our business.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's pick some more. Oh.
Knows everything about bourbon. I wish, man. I wish I knew everything about modern bourbon. Everybody's telling me about like blends and where things come from and sourcing and they do this with the barrels and I don't know any of that stuff, man. I like history, but I can't keep up with all the new blends and bottles and things like that. Okay, here we go. Back to the random chooser Fire it up.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm just reading about Sam Houston here. Apparently, he ran away from home at a young age. There's Julie's history lesson.
Do you know which American city is named after him?
I'm going to go with Houston.
She's good. She's good.
What if I would have said like Philadelphia or something like
That would have been not as good.
No, I think it would have been funnier probably or not. Oh, Lost Monarch. All right.
This is a dangerous, dangerous bottle right here.
Hooray!
Another one of our absolute surprises of the year. I'm gonna get rid of the blended rye and bourbon afterwards. Everybody knows what that bottle is, right? All right, that is our first, maybe only American whiskey. Let me make sure that it's taken out of there.
I'm gonna move this.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll take it back.
Then
over
you
here.
don't. Then
it's a nice cork. Look at the wood tone on that cork.
I also feel like the pop was amazing.
Yep.
Like 2 thumbs up with 2 kitty paws up. I think maybe I made it more difficult on myself because I realized the cork wasn't as thick as I was thinking. So I think maybe I was grabbing the neck a bit. That's why I had to hunker down. After I pulled it out, I was like, this shouldn't have been that difficult.
Julie continuously misjudges the size of the cork. Okay, go ahead and choose your next one.
Awesome. This is fun. Benchmark Foolproof. See, this is what I wanted. I think it's going to be a contender.
Picked up this bottle in Indiana, had no idea if we'd ever see another bottle of it again, and we still have not opened it. At some point, I want to put that up against 1792 Foolproof, but in this tournament, wow, this is great. Do we have anything that's matching up so far? We don't have any actually matchups yet. We won't until we get to, there's 32, so we need to get through 16 of these before we get there.
It's a bit of cherry candy, like Jolly Ranchers on the finish of this. I kind of want to read more about Sam Houston's life in a little bit.
He was the first governor of Texas, I believe.
Oh, well, good for him.
Bill says that Benchmark is a ballsy name. You're not wrong. All right, we got that guy out of there. What's next?
Let's do this.
This is great.
Aw.
Straight up Buffalo Trace.
Straight up. Ruby, that's for you.
All right.
It's curious because Buffalo earlier this year, I think it was earlier this, well, it had to be this year, but like I think it was early on, we just tasted Buffalo Trace. Had been quite some time.
Probably 6 months.
And I was impressed by how delicious it was. Like you just forget because you're just like, oh, it's just Buffalo Trace. How good could it be? And it was.
Well, and we
awesome.
just Trailhead Liquor here in Bend has a fresh single barrel that just arrived on Friday.
Yep.
We haven't opened it yet, but between that and their Woodinville pick, the cask strength, they've always got hitters over there. So check them out if you're interested in that.
All right. Ooh.
I got so much cat hair on my face.
Don't blame the cat.
I'm blaming you for scratching the cat so much. He's on Julie's lap. Ezra Brooks, speaking of Trailhead here, this is another one. It's not a brand that I'm that fond of, but this is a very good pick.
Very good. We just had it the other day for the first time.
With your Buffalo Trace. Don't do that.
No. Just had it the other day for the first time. It's very good.
Yeah. Had a nice cork pop, too.
It did.
Came open nice. All right. These days, Buffalo Trace might as well be allocated. Ivan, that's a shame. Could have been president of Texas. Thank you, Julie. The Buffalo Trace, we traveled on our road trip 6,500 miles. I think there were 3 total liquor stores we went into that didn't have Buffalo Trace. So I feel bad for the states that don't have it, but the states that do
have shelf loads of it.
It's falling off the shelf. There's so much of it.
It feels like we need to balance that out a bit.
I feel
because there's like I do remember walking into one store and I was actually like shocked by the amount. I was like, I made a special comment to the proprietor and I was just like, oh my gosh, you have all of this on the shelf on sale. Other states were like dying to see it. It was pretty impressive.
Anyway, we bought a 1.75 liter of the new single barrel. Our friend Jason bought a 2
liter.
That thing's
amazing.
It's a big pig of a bottle.
We can't. There's no more room.
All right, let's see. Let's choose. Can't get it in West Virginia. Yeah, there's a few states where it's just impossible to find, but
come to Oregon.
Come to work.
We got it.
Drive to another. That's all I can say. Like I know that's not easy to say. Like drive to a neighboring state, but that seems to be the case for their stuff.
I know.
All right, let's
weird.
choose another one.
All right. Oh, I have mixed feelings about having Weller foolproof on here but I'm glad I am glad it made it. I
hesitated to put any Weller in here because last year we had 107 and Special Reserve, and for me they both disappeared in the first round.
Yeah, I know. I am glad that it made it. It is mighty fine.
Ooh, this is
mighty fine.
This goes from cherry to milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that good?
Wellers are interesting for me because it is another depending what day it is and also what it's going up against.
Yeah.
Because I did knock out maybe Special Reserve.
Your Special Reserve might have made it to the Final Four.
I know, because I'm such a nerd. But but yeah. So that'll be interesting. Depending on what it goes up against, it's delicious. I love the Weller foolproof. We got lucky. We were lucky to get that one.
I just want to say for the record, this Sam 15,
yes,
absolutely demolishes that Cal Farm for me. This is beautiful whiskey.
Cat here.
And I know there's a lot of love for that Cal Farm out there. And I think maybe if I smoked a cigar with the Cal Farm, I think I would be a lot more fond of it. Oh man.
Just a hint of spiciness in there.
I keep getting new flavors.
Yeah, basically sweet. I like it.
Wow.
Okay. A little banana-y on the end.
This is, you got the MD one over there, Tom. Cheers. That sounds, I mean, I hope it's as good as this is. It's just amazing. Bill says, did you say you're in Bend? I just saw a video last night of a great band that played an outdoor amphitheater in Bend. Pink Martini with Storm Large. Yeah, they're from Portland, right?
I'm not sure.
We saw Pink Martini in Portland,
but they're
way back in the day.
Yeah.
Outdoor amphitheater. Yeah, that would be the Les Schwab, which is now a different name.
Nope, it is still the Les Schwab.
No, they changed it to Hayden Homes.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. Do you know that it wasn't even named for Les Schwab, the brand? It was named for Les Schwab, the guy. The guy that
they didn't really name.
They just changed it yesterday. The guy that named it originally.
They have the worst houses.
The guy that named it originally didn't name it after Les Schwab, the brand. He named it after the actual Les Schwab because he was friends with him and he liked him.
Oh, sweet.
How about that? So
I do have a minor, I get it, advertising, yada, yada, yada. But as we were on our little tour, we would go through places that had everybody knows. I remember White Sox Park went from Comiskey to US Cellular. It's very annoying. I get it. I wish we could not name things after brands.
Yeah, right. Although we
continually
we're continually let down by our heroes because we hold up people from the past to current standards.
Yeah.
So maybe brands are a better thing to put up against them. But of course, most of the brands out there are doing bad things anyways. Let's go with another bottle. Do we take Weller Foolproof off? We did. So go ahead and choose.
Perfect. I'm glad this is working out. You never know.
You always doubt me. All right.
Oh, another Jim Beam pre-prohibition wrap. Is this our second wrap?
So this is I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is a bottle that I tried for the first time when we were up in Washington State, and we haven't even opened our bottle of it yet.
Oh my gosh, there's too many now. Let's see.
It's down here by the Dickel.
Oh, okay.
On the rye shelf. We tried it. It was the one thing behind the bar that I hadn't tried that I was like, wow, there was nothing there. It was rural Washington State.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I'll try that pre-prohibition rye. And I actually liked it kind of a lot. It's a weird thing with ryes for me from Jim Beam because I either really like them or I really dislike them. And I happen to really like this one, at least what they poured for me at that bar. We haven't opened that bottle, like I said, so we'll have to get into that at some point.
I want to say that I'm pumped by the variety that we've got going right now.
Seems like
I know that was the point. There are a couple, that carry over, but so far.
This is going to be a challenging.
What number are we on?
Let's see. That might have been 16.
Okay. Oh, halfway?
It was. We are halfway. So from now on, everything we add is going to start building up actual interaction. Well, we've already got a couple here. Buffalo Trace against Smoke Wagon Small Batch. Weller Foolproof against Rocktown Single Barrel. That's going to be a weird one.
Yep.
Ezra Brooks Trailhead Pick versus Sagamore Spirit Cask Strength Rye. That's weird. And Jim Beam Pre-Prohibition against Heaven's Door Cask Strength. I have a bad feeling about little Jim Beam there.
Don't give out any hints. You never know.
Let's keep looking.
Yeah.
What is next?
Again, I change my mind on a daily basis. So
Hourly.
yeah, it's true. Ooh, Starlight. Yes.
Another low proofer. Here we go.
This is going to be interesting because most of the ones that are not most of them, but some of the ones that are coming on the list either I haven't had yet or I've had very little of.
Ooh, and I like this matchup here: Bluegrass double or the toasted versus the
Mhm.
Starlight Distillery bourbon.
Interesting.
That is a good matchup. That's going to be really, really interesting.
This is fun. I hope you're having fun.
Me, I'm having a great time. I'm drinking
Oh.
delicious whiskey. We're doing this silly tournament.
I see a couple in there that I really want to go. So let's see.
This is going to be
Hilarious.
interesting. We just bought that at Willet because it's not something we get here. We haven't had a bottle of this in over 10 years, and our understanding is it has changed dramatically.
Yeah.
So we will see on this one.
I think it's over 10. Yeah, over 10 years.
Probably.
I don't even know what it tastes like, to be honest, anymore. Not that that's a surprise.
Did I remove it? I did. All right, let's pick one more and we'll catch up on comments here. We
I
can't
love
see
it.
your comments while we're doing this. So.
Yeah, sorry guys. We will catch up. We were only at a half hour, 45 minutes delayed on our comment chasing last week. So
Yeah.
doing great. Ooh, the Nulu.
Bought this bottle in California. Have not opened it yet. It's another one that could be a good matchup. Let's see who it goes
This
up
is
against.
this is weak. These are going to be some interesting.
Oh no, it's
matchups.
against Evan Williams, 1783. Oh boy. Those are two bottles that I thought at least one of them would be sneaky and make it through at least one round.
Well,
so
one of them will be
see.
sneaky and make it through.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's catch up and see what people are thinking here.
Yeah.
James Norwood's here. Hello, James. Welcome. Bill says always Sears Tower to me. Me too, Bill. Indiana
Willis Tower.
represents.
Come on. What is that?
It's a cool matchup that Lexington versus what town is in Starlight in? I forget.
Well, it's just outside of Louisville, right?
It's outside of Louisville, yeah. It's a close connection, though, Indiana and Kentucky.
Yep.
Let him give all the hints he wants, Julie.
Yeah.
Let's see. Which one was this? We missed it. What was your drain pour? Oh, maybe it was the Willet.
Oh, maybe it was scroll. If you scroll
Oh,
up.
pot still, yeah.
Oh. Gosh.
Tim likes the Nulu. The pot still's changed. We actually was it its bourbon night? Did a comparison of the before and the after, and we got the one from after because it doesn't have the wax logo stamped on the front. It just has the sticker, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
I
love the bottle.
Oh.
So even after she's gone, maybe I'll just re-decanter her.
This one's a disappointment to hear because there you go. Because Starlight, the rye double oak and the bourbon double oak that we've got are both fantastic. They're both really unique. I enjoy them so much. It's a bummer that you didn't get a good one there.
Yeah.
Because actually everything that they've got is a little unique. Starlight is one of my surprise, really like this distilleries of the year.
Yeah.
That's a great way to say that, right? Will it finish last for you in the Weeder? So many I haven't had. How am I going to pick my bracket? It's not like I can choose by the color of their uniform.
Well, I'll be honest. One of the winners last year doesn't even drink bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
At all. She's she basically said, she goes, I just picked the names that I thought were great. Didn't know what any of them were. And then she ended up winning, which is basically how I do my fantasy football, but also my March Madness brackets.
Yeah.
Because I don't follow along, and I just either pick by states that I'd like to vacation in, or and then there's a couple that you should probably move through.
Lyle says choose by bottle shape. I like that.
And bottle shape. Correct.
Yeah, so David says, I think Willie changed the mash bill to a weeded. We honestly don't even know. We went to their distillery. We grabbed the bottles that we didn't have on the shelf or that we'd never seen before. We literally were just
I love it.
Grabbing things. We got Old Bardstown. We got that. We got another Willet.
We're grabbing stuff.
We
just grabbed it and ran.
We got a Willet rye. I mean, we were just buying everything that we saw. Patrick wants to know, is the Patreon deciding? Sorry, got here late. No problem, Patrick. No, we have a random chooser going on. We're choosing one at a time and just dumping them in as we go down the list, and then we'll have our brackets all ready to go after that. I've still got a little bit of work to do on the back end just to make sure that it's going to work when I embed it in the website. So it'll be a couple days before this is live. But Patreon's an old first, and then we'll be posting it for everybody else after that.
It's actually not a bad idea though to save the last one for the Patreons to put through
We
to
could
vote
do
on.
that. All right. I think it's time to pick a couple more.
I like it.
Let's do this.
We're moving along.
Yeah,
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
Mary Old Barton.
I like it. That's one of
Do we have
those
any
like.
higher proofs in there? I feel like we have a couple, but not a ton.
There's a few.
Okay.
There's a few.
Don't want too many low proofs.
I think we're gonna get a bunch at the end because just based on what I'm seeing here. Where'd that very old Barton wind up? What's that going up against? Can't scroll. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, I'm reading some of the matchups.
Very old Barton versus the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye.
No.
That's gonna be weird.
Oh no.
That's what I love, though. I love the chaos of it.
You never know.
If you didn't know, that's the whole point of this thing for me. Is I love the madness.
Yeah.
All right, 8 more looks like.
That's it. Just 8 more. Oh, we're on the wrong screen.
I got that one out of there. Yeah. Okay. Next up.
Well, there's definitely a few in here that I'm rooting for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be sad if I don't show up. New Riff Rye.
Another 100 proofer. Where'd that guy go? There it is. That's one that I tried for the first time at the Silver Dollar. Liked it so much, I bought a bottle of it the next time I saw it. That's an interesting one.
I guess the leftovers we can just all try on our next live stream.
Look at this matchup: Restoration Rye 2021 Batch 3
Rye
and
versus
New Riff
Rye.
Rye Bottled and Bond. That is a great matchup. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's choose.
A lot of fun, which means that I'll just be sitting there wishy-washy for about an hour, just trying to decide which one I like better.
Not this year, because some of these are going to be live. Some of them are going to be live. Some of them, most of them are going to be recorded. Wollersheim.
Oh, interesting.
Here we go. This is a single barrel.
Oh, yeah, higher proof one. That's perfect.
Single barrel from Wisconsin.
I was gonna say this is the Wisconsin one.
And that's a winery, I believe, turned distillery that does distilling.
We did a video on this.
Yeah, if you want a hint on this
If you
one, go watch our Wisconsin video.
Go watch the
Levi.
Wisconsin video.
Where'd that wind up against?
Wow.
You're gonna see Elijah Craig small batch. Oh man,
It actually will be interesting.
that is gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that's the fun. We've got
All
some
right.
like randos. Our thing is gonna be like really funny.
This is gonna be fun.
You know, because last year they were all pretty. I mean, not that they're not well known or whatever, but like pretty daily drinkers almost.
Last year
that
we had
in
just started this channel. We started the tournament with what we owned.
Well, I know, and they were all things that like as a newbie, like I had actually heard of most of them.
Yeah.
And I only have heard of these because we've been drinking them.
There's a huge amount of the bottles that are going in here that are bottles that we got on our trip around the country here recently that we have not even explored.
Man, I'm really rooting for the W's to show up next. Come on, W. They're like, no whammy.
Old Bardstown, there's another Willet.
There you go.
Well, you got the W for the distillery.
Ah,
Let's put them in there. That is an interesting bottle. That's going to go against Calumet Farm Single Barrel.
when it comes down to
Again,
it,
that's a bottle we haven't opened.
Yeah. So what is it going against? Sorry.
Calumet Farm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to choose the end?
No.
just
Keep
keep
going.
going?
Keep going.
I feel like I'm jinxing myself because I'm putting things out into the universe that I want to go in. We started pretty strong with the ones in my head that I thought, and I want to finish strong. So
Yes.
yes.
Really, you like that one too?
No, I wanted
This
it.
is
I
the
wanted
thing,
to
we
go long
haven't-
because I want to see if Bookers will hold stand up.
We haven't talked about this at all together. Besides making sure that we had the bottles that were on this list were bottles that we wanted to see.
I can
in here.
definitely see like if it doesn't move along, if it doesn't tag along to the
boy.
that we'll get some fun comments.
Ooh,
on the video.
Booker's tag along versus Old Elk blended. That's like 128 proof versus. I think that what is the proof on that? It's high versus. Isn't the Old Elk like 88 proof? That could be ugly. I mean, that could be a bloodbath in either direction.
A bloodbath. Wait, so how many we have left? How many do we have left?
Well, let me see.
I don't want to over
1,
because I'll
2,
get
3, 4 remaining.
That's it? Oh no, there's so
Yep.
many in there that I want to pick.
I know.
Okay. There's not too many, but there's a couple that I'd like to see. Yeah, I want to say them out loud. Oh, Phil really wanted this to go in. The Maker's 46 cast strength is what got picked. This one's interesting. Phil really, really, really wanted this to go. He wanted to see how it stacks up. We've done a couple videos featuring the cast strength.
I have
You'll have to
not.
find
I
those.
have not escaped those videos unscathed from the wrath of people who insist it's a great whiskey.
I
And
know. That's why I think it should be in here.
I think we got one of the early batches of it,
Yeah.
and I'm convinced it's not good. It doesn't hit my palate. It's not that it's not good.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit my palate.
And I don't like it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that.
That could be where
No, there's only 3 left.
we could deviate real quickly.
I'm gonna be really sad if a couple of these don't make it in.
I'll prepare to be sad.
I'll just have to drink them as warm-ups or something.
That's the
Ooh,
spirit.
that's actually like not a bad idea. Ooh, there's a couple. Anyway. See how my Knob
All
Creek.
right.
All right. That was one of them that I just saw that I was like, I really want that to go in.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's another high proofer. That's
Yep.
good. I like that they're so spread out and all over the place. What's that going to go up against? Knob Creek. Against Oregon Spirit Bourbon. Wow. Oh, those could not be more different.
Yep.
That's going to be weird.
Yep.
All right.
2 left.
Let's choose one and then we'll take a little break.
Yes, we should. We should definitely. Oh no. Wait, I'm just looking. There's actually. I'm not too sad.
We don't have any Old Forester in this yet?
No, and I'm
Oh
just
my
looking.
goodness.
It's crazy that there's only 2 left, and there's about 7 that I want in the tournament. I guess that's why this was a good idea, because otherwise it would have just been all ones that I
Well,
liked.
whatever doesn't make it in, maybe we save it for March Madness. Do it all
Maybe.
over again?
Maybe. All right, here we go. Oh crap! Oh, that is not one I wanted to go in.
Another Jim Beam, and this is one that we haven't opened yet. We don't know what this bottle tastes like at
Oh,
all.
that's disappointing for me.
Old Overhold. Where'd it go? It's up against Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. That's going to be a weird, weird matchup. All right, let's see what's going on.
I mean, I think it'll be fine. We have not tried it yet. Phil is optimistic. We talked about the old Overholds last week. I've also improved on how I can say that. But we talked about it a little bit last week. I'm keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
It's the 114. We have not had it. We don't know. Oh man. There's a lot of W's. I want the last one to have a W. Otherwise I'm gonna be really sad.
Yeah. For those of you who are Patreons, if you didn't watch the impromptu rye tasting, was it Saturday? That I did.
Oh, right.
We did get into a couple of these bottles that are in here.
Yeah.
Well, we got into one, the new Riff Bottled and Bond. So it's worth checking out.
It is interesting. There's a
That's fair.
tangerine or mandarin.
Let's not don't get into it because I know you got feelings.
I do. I would. I've got one already. I know where I'm going to go. I'm just looking at the shelf, and there was one particular that I know I was interested to see how it would stack up in this, but it doesn't really matter because it's delicious anyway. But I'm not going to say yet because I don't want to jinx it. I feel like I've jinxed all the W's because I keep talking about them.
Jim S is the Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof Rye. It's just the regular, not the 2020. Right. It's just a single barrel on the shelf that you find.
We didn't mention that. We did try to put things in, not all of them, obviously, because there's a couple single barrels in there, but a lot that could be attainable.
Yeah, and we will be adding the proof. So when these are in the brackets, you can actually click on them. It'll tell you a little bit of information about them. I think proof is all we're going to put in there because I don't want to church it up too much because honestly, ultimately that doesn't matter. Lyle says, if I recall, you had to buy some bottles just to have enough last year. Yeah.
We had to buy almost all the bottles. I mean,
we started the channel with 37 bottles and most of them had this much left in them when we started. So we had to get some for the
Well, I was just thinking
tournament.
like we only did like a week or two's worth of videos before we started the Advent tournament. I basically remember Phil.
3 videos came out.
I basically remember Phil saying like, I think it'd be really fun to do this Advent tournament. We should do some practice runs. Don't watch those; they're terrible. And
but everybody has been lately.
I know, but
the early videos all of a sudden are getting more views than the new ones. I don't know what's going on.
This nose is delicious now.
Yeah,
it was a little squeaky at the beginning.
Are you still drinking the same?
Yeah.
What do you know about that?
Hey,
your man got thirsty.
Well, what are you going to do next? I'm still doing pretty good. I want to savor this. I really like it.
That's true. The Driftless Glen. Did the Driftless Glen get in?
No, it's still there. We put the Wollershine there.
Oh, right. Yeah. It was one of the Wisconsins. Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be crazy if 2 Wisconsin ones made it through. Seems interesting. I like that. Guess we stopped at Festival of Foods twice. Phil went there twice.
Bill says have play-in rounds. We thought about doing that previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, Festival Foods.
Wait,
Yeah,
what was that? Play-in rounds?
play-in rounds, like they have to play each other to get in. You got cat hair on your face.
Oh, like we could do
Like a mini tournament to get into the tournament?
like a what do you call that? A wild card? Wild card game?
No.
No, that's not it. The wild card. And then
Oh, the wild
winner-
card match.
The wild card match.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. All right.
it might be football or something. I don't know.
Nice conversation happening here about Old Elk Weeders. We do like their weeded bourbon, actually. We just got to try some of that. The whiskeys in this tournament strictly bottles purchased this year. Yes, they were. They were not bottles that we purchased or owned before last year's tournament. So a couple of things probably sneaked in that were from December of last year, but I don't think so. I think almost all of them are from this year. Did
Yeah.
Malort make it in? Ernie the cat, look here. Look, how
Hey.
dare you, softest cat in the whole world. There is this bottle of Benny's Pick Jepson's
Jepson's.
bourbon, which did I put that on the
I'm
list?
not gonna put Malort on there. I'll probably then just keel over during whatever video, either the live stream or recording it. Nobody should be put through that.
Bump that old overhold out of the bracket.
Seriously. I'm like I feel so Phil and I went over the bracket last night and we were gonna take out anything that we didn't want. And I feel like if I would have looked closer, I think I was distracted. He even mentioned how distracted I was.
Mhm.
I might have said, like, do we really want that in the competition? But again, we're trying to match not everything can be hitters. I mean, this could be a hitter. We don't know.
have any Tennessee stuff in this either.
Yeah. I know. That Nashville barrel still waiting to get in.
There's Nashville Barrel. There's a Dickel out there.
Yeah.
There's that Jepson's Pick. It tastes like Dickel to me. I'm sure it's Dickel.
Yeah.
Bourbon Wrench is here.
Yeah,
Talking about Little Rock, and here he comes. You bring up Arkansas, and he shows up.
Your bottle made it in. In case you just showed up, your bottle made it in. So we're gonna see.
Malort rules. Drinking at the Green Mill in Chicago is the best. Man, we love drinking at the Green Mill. It's our favorite.
I think
favorite Chicago haunt.
I think we talked about it last week, but we still had a lovely time there when we were visiting.
Yep.
We just didn't get to see our favorite player.
Yeah, our favorite player. He wasn't there. Well, we have one pick left, and the brackets are set.
It's like everything. Like I don't want it to end, and I'm nervous. And there's about.
Look at the hilarious randomness that we've got here. We have
there's
the
I don't know, there's like
1792
6 or
stuff.
7 that I wish that we're gonna be in, but
There's too much Buffalo Trace in there. I kind of want to kill the Weller CYPB. We've got too much Buffalo Trace already, and the Elmer. I don't care if those go. You know what I mean?
Well,
I think we have 3 Buffalo Trace bottles already. No Old Forester. No Four Roses. Oh no, we did get to Four Roses, didn't we?
Did we?
Yeah, we got the Oregon batch.
Oh,
There's
sweet.
no Tennessee of any kind yet.
Well,
there's no Elijah Craig barrel proof in there. That was the winner for me last year.
Well,
so.
I mean, we can switch the rules, but I'm not.
No. We're sticking with the rules because I can't help myself.
I do like the idea of just throwing this out to the Patreons and saying pick our final one. But then you guys have joined in, so that we should have discussed that before.
Let's do it now for the people that are here who have come here to see this. Let's choose it.
Oh, you mean just do a random chooser?
People that are online right now, let's.
I thought you meant let's do a quick poll, and I was like,
no, you guys want to
know. That's a lot of work
you guys want to know what this is going to be. Let's fire it up. Here we go.
All right. Oh god.
Your stomach is in knots.
I know, because.
Fire it up. Fire it up.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm excited.
That's an oddball right there. That one is going to surprise us.
It's not my wild turkey. I cannot believe. I don't think we have any wild turkey in.
There's no turkey.
It is a shambles.
The fact that there's no wild turkey in there is a boon for everything else there because we really like all the wild turkey.
I'm really sad that there's no wild turkey in there. I mean, maybe like Phil said, maybe it's a good thing that it's.
Gonna save these changes because I don't want to miss anything.
What a weird.
All right.
Or do you want to walk through it real quick?
Yeah, you guys want to run through this? Is that cool with everybody? You got time to hang out?
Of course they
Um,
have time to hang
let me
out. I
put
mean,
this
not of
away.
course, but like
Well, now I can finally see everything on the same screen here.
I can't
And we
believe.
will save those bottles, by the way, on the random chooser.
I
I
also
like
wanted
the
to
idea
know
of a
how that
March
wilderness.
Madness.
I'm a little sad the wilderness trail
I am
didn't get in
too.
there. See this? Yeah.
I
Anyway,
like the idea of the March Madness. We'll
maybe
do
we'll
another
do.
one of these if it's successful.
I was just thinking maybe we'll do a side with all the leftovers to see how they how they stacked up. A side winner if we're bored.
All right, let's see.
Norman's excited too. He wants to hear
Yeah,
about
I'm
the.
bummed the Woodinville's not in there.
Hmm.
There was too much Buffalo Trace on this list. I wish we would have. But then again, it's going to be funny to see. Funny. It's
Woo!
going to be interesting to see what happens with that Weller foolproof and stuff like that
Yep.
that you expect to perform. Have to have turkey for Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas. Now you're talking.
Yep.
All right, let's.
Yeah, the
do,
only turkey that we're having at Thanksgiving is wild turkey.
Let's.
Not a turkey fan.
I think that I can do a half and half here.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
that's there. There goes Julie. Now she's not on the screen.
It's okay.
Let's do it this way or this way. Yeah, it's terrible either way.
All right, we'll just read them off.
All right, here we go. So,
Oh, there's a lot of cat hair.
and by the way, we're going to do these matchups. We're just going to go from top to bottom, and round one is going to be 2 matchups every day for the first round.
Yeah.
So we
it's
will
a lot at the beginning.
So we will get through all of these in the first. I can't count. I think it's 8 days. We
It
get through
doesn't
all of them.
matter.
What is the 1st of December? Is that next? Is that 2 Wednesdays from now?
Maybe.
Because what we want to do is every Wednesday the leftovers tournament. Oh my goodness, it's a great Thanksgiving idea.
Well, we were anyway. We'll get to it.
We are thinking
Okay,
about
December 1.
Patreon
Oh, that's
thing the week
November.
of Thanksgiving.
December 1 is Wednesday. Which
Okay,
we
so-
were thinking about live streams every Wednesday where we do the day live.
Right. So what you could
You
expect.
can see how my brain works, which is probably not to your benefit.
It's going to be great for me though. So round one, day one, we'll do a live stream. You'll have the Bluegrass Distillers Double Oaked versus Starlight Distilling
I'm
Bourbon.
excited.
And on that same day, you'll have Michter's Single Barrel Rye
Oh my gosh,
versus
the
Maker's
flavors are
46
going to be
cask
nuts.
The Maker's 46 cask strain. That's going to be absolutely bizarre.
Wow, those are 4 completely different things.
Right.
Interesting.
Day 2, Restoration. Oh, this is a December 2 is not to be missed. This is Restoration Rye 2021 Batch 3 Rye versus New Riff Rye Bottled and Bond.
Yep.
And then Buffalo Trace Bourbon, which is crazy to me that wasn't in the tournament last year, versus Smoke Wagon Small Batch.
Yep.
Those are 2 real solid matchups.
Yep.
And that's
no
on
Old Forester this year.
I know.
I just realized that.
Old Forester nearly ran the table for me, and it did run the table for you.
I'll be honest, like, it's not like they have like a crazy variety of options. All of their options that we tend to drink were in last year's tournament.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year's tournament. Go back and watch it if you haven't, because it's the silly moments between us actually making our decisions that kind of made the channel.
Yeah, probably.
When we realized that people weren't really watching for the whiskey content, they were watching because we were ridiculous. All right, let's see. Day 3, Evan Williams 1783 versus Nulu Toasted Rye.
Yep.
That's 112 proof versus 90 proof.
Love it.
And Redwood
Awesome.
Empire Lost Monarch versus Old Overholt 114 Rye.
I really hope I'm blown away. This is so interesting. Of all the ones that we've talked about, there's quite a few that I haven't had yet. I'm interested in that 114. We'll see.
Speaking of,
Phil keeps telling me.
it is. I mean, we're just going to read through these. I'm dry over here. I need a whiskey to drink.
Yes, you do.
What are we going to have? What's next?
What's everyone else drinking?
Well, let me look at what didn't make it into the thing here. We may as well have some of whatever that is.
That's a good point.
What looks good on this list? I'm bummed that JW Dant Bottle and Bond didn't make it in. We haven't opened that bottle yet. I have no idea what it tastes like.
You want to open it now?
Not really. I just had like a really good 2 bottles of whiskey. I want to make sure I want to stay at this level.
Yeah.
No Nashville Barrel.
I'm definitely having a wild turkey next because I am a bit devastated that I cannot believe like the freaking 10 like.
You know what?
I'm beyond words right now. Like, if I would have thought for a chance that it wouldn't have made, I don't know. I'm sad about it because I do love it.
I think
Maybe
we're
it's
doing
good. Maybe
great.
that would have run the table like 1910 last year.
I wonder if it would have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open the Wilderness Trail. Um, but I think I'm going to do a single barrel. I think I'm going to do this one here. I love these single barrels we got from Wilderness Trail because they tell you literally every bit of information on it. 64% corn, 24% wheat, 12% malted barley.
Yeah.
Or
Oh my gosh, we're just pulling them out. Yep.
yeah, 64 corn, 24 rye, 12
Delicious.
malted barley. Which one would you guys rather see? The Wilderness Trail? Would you rather see the rye recipe or the wheated recipe single barrel cask strength from Wilderness Trail? We're gonna get into one of those tonight.
Yeah, let us know. All right, let's keep the
Let's keep it going.
let's roll through and then we can just chat.
All right, so
Which is my favorite part, just chatting.
I believe we're on day 4, and we're talking about Calumet Farm single rack black.
Sound.
That's 15 year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, Cal
Farm
15 versus Old Bardstown Estate. It's a bottle we don't have open. I couldn't tell you.
Yep.
That's going to be crazy because we have no idea what's in that bottle. We don't know what that's going to taste like at all. And Weller Full Proof versus Rocktown Single Barrel Strength Bourbon. So that's going to be a juggernaut matchup. It's going to be huge.
They're both a little spicy, so
yeah,
that'll be interesting.
Wow, that could really be anything.
Yeah.
That's anybody's game. That's gonna set the tone, I think, for us this year. I think it's December 5. We've got Four Roses single barrel strength, the Oregon batch versus Willet Pot Still. I have no idea what that's going to be like.
Oh, we got a bunch of ryes coming in.
And then Oregon Spirit Bourbon versus Knob Creek single barrel.
I'm glad that Knob Creek made it in.
Yeah, you're gonna get a Bottled and Bond versus a Knob Creek. Just
bomb.
Ass beater is what I was going to say.
Oh, sure.
So that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like everybody wants the rye here for the Wilderness Trail, and I'm not going to wait any longer because I'm ready for it too. I was kind of hoping you guys would say rye.
I'm going to grab a glass.
Did you grab that for me or for you?
Me? Well, you have one on your side, right?
Yeah, I can get it.
Oh, okay.
Just making sure.
Oh,
look who's here. Steven's here. The big winner from this past week. Congrats.
Oh, yeah, again. Congrats.
And we also found out that we used to live so close. Literally around the corner from one another. That's insane.
It was
the smallest world ever.
It was so funny because after when we were reading your address, which we will obviously not say out loud, we were like, oh man, I wonder if he's friends with my brother because my brother lives basically down the street from you.
It's less than a quarter of a mile.
Yeah.
Right? This is insane.
It was literally less than a quarter mile from where we used to live in Chicago. What is my deal? Is there no perforation on this? There isn't.
Give me.
Oh.
I just clipped my fingernails earlier today, so this should go really, really well. Oh, look, I got a grip on it. Okay, so the next day, why don't you read off the next day? These, starting with the Elijah Craig Small Batch.
Oh yeah, so this will be interesting. Elijah Craig Small Batch versus the Wollersheim
Oh,
Festival Foods. Did I say that right? Wollersheim?
Yep.
Festival Foods. We got that in Wisconsin. That'll be interesting.
That's going to be like 90. What is that? 91 or 90? Or is it 90 proof? The small batch versus 120
I can
proof?
only 5 Sip Friday the proof. I don't actually know the real proof.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Very classy.
And then we Ezra Brooks versus Sagamore Spirit Rye, which is will be interesting.
The Ezra Brooks, that pick versus the Sagamore Rye cask strength?
Yep.
Wow, that's going to be super weird.
And then we have Jack Daniel's Single Barrel versus Very Old Barton. Benchmark Full Proof versus Frey Ranch.
Jack Daniel's Single Barrel is the rye. It's the basic rye on the shelf, not the special bottle. And what did you say that's up against? Very Old Barton 100. Yep. Okay.
What a beautiful logo, by the way, Wilderness Trail.
I love the look of it. And then Benchmark Full Proof and Frey Ranch Bourbon. Oh my goodness. That's going to be crazy because you got Benchmark Full Proof, I think 125 proof.
Oh, okay. That's another one.
Oh, good one. That's
good pops tonight.
I feel like your arms are a little weak because you rode so hard today.
I did ride the bike today. What's an interesting? It's like almost a honey smell.
smells great.
Wait, so I'm trying to recollect what I learned at Wilderness Trail, but they do a sour
Sweet
mash? A
mash.
sweet mash, so opposite of what I
A
said.
100% of the time they do a sweet mash, which blows me away.
Yeah.
But they're so obsessed with cleanliness, and they're like
Oh, my nose.
nailing their all of their data and all of their information on every single one. That was a
They
good
had a
job.
science lab next door.
Well,
It
that's how
was
they started. They were
it
the
was
science lab
amazing.
for the bourbon industry, the
Oh,
whiskey
boy.
industry in America.
Actually pretty good.
Um, yeah, Stephen, I'm not sure when you can expect them. They were coming from Tennessee, actually. So leftovers
We can
tournament,
give
like
you
the
an
NIT
update.
tournament. That's funny. All right, let's get through the last couple of these here. So the last day of the first round will feature Old Elk blended straight bourbon whiskey versus the Booker's tag along batch, which we have not tried yet. That is going to be
Oh,
crazy.
is that the new Bookers?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the old Bookers.
No.
Oh, okay.
And then Jim Beam pre-prohibition rye versus Heaven's Door cask strength.
I
The
kinda like it.
MGP. I think that
These are weird matchups. I like it.
it's going to be so crazy. But this is the chaos. This is what I love about it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at these second rounds already, and we have no idea.
I'm excited.
Well, I'm
Sweet.
gonna stop sharing the screen so we
Yeah.
can go full screen here. There we go.
Awesome.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us on that. We have
Yeah.
a little bit of work to do just to make sure that this is working perfectly. We will finish mine and then we will duplicate it over to Julie's to make
Yep.
sure that it's all good. And like I said before, you'll be filling out two of these. You can fill out my bracket or Julie's bracket or
Or
both
both.
of them. Makes the most sense to
There'll
fill
be
out both
4
of them.
winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be at thebourbonvan.com. So we will update that as soon as it's ready. We will let our Patreons know first so that they'll have a day or two to fill things out initially, and then we'll let everybody else know. I think next Wednesday is when we're going to officially announce it and release the link
Yeah.
and everything on YouTube.
I just want to make sure it's working. It's free to enter, by the way.
Free
so,
to enter.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
And
more the merrier.
again, if you missed the beginning of this, 4 winners, and what we're giving out is the Smoke Wagon small batch bourbon. And if you're not eligible to be shipped to your state, we will figure something out.
Yep. Excited. Oh, this time of year. I got in case you didn't notice, I got my sweater hat in. It was too early to bust
That's
out
your ugly sweater hat.
my ugly sweater hat. It's too early to bust out the holiday stuff, but I thought we needed to start getting into that time of year.
I couldn't agree more.
I love it.
Um,
We found a lovely stream, holiday music stream on YouTube yesterday. It was like holidays at the coffee shop or something like that, ambiance. I think it basically only played like 5 songs, but I listened to it for about an hour.
right.
Yeah.
Tim Robertson's here. Cheers, Tim. Thank you, D. Jonesy. We appreciate that. We
This is very sweet.
it is
For
yeah.
a rye?
It's a rye recipe bourbon. Wilderness Trail has their rye recipes and they have their wheat recipes. So this was
I didn't even know.
This is the bourbon with the high rye mash bill.
Gotcha.
Ooh, there's a lot of goodness happening here. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us
I'm
tonight.
gonna have one more drink and then we'll let you go for your evening.
What's on our docket tonight?
Nachos. We always have to talk about food.
You didn't tell me nachos were coming tonight.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make nachos tonight.
Guys, we're gonna shut it down. We gotta get out of here. I need them nachos.
And I'm trying to wrap up a couple programs. We have too many streaming platforms going right now. I really want to switch over to HBO just because I just read that Harry Potter's releasing a special thing on January 1, a 20th anniversary. And I was like, if that's not a reason to switch over. But I have to get rid of a couple platforms.
We own the entire series already.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're so excited about for that.
No, this is bonus material, Phil.
Is that right?
Yeah. Ooh,
Sure
this
it
is
is.
delicious.
Yeah, this is really, really good. Well, thanks to everybody who came. If you're checking out, thanks for coming through. We're going to stick around here for a little while. We actually talked about in future live streams having a Patreon after party in the future.
Yeah.
That's something that we're considering. Oh, here comes the cat. We're coming over for nachos. What goes on the nachos? Well, Bill's got leftover Lou Malnati's. That sounds awfully good.
Mm-hmm.
What does go on the nachos tonight?
Whatever I have in the fridge.
There you go.
We got tomatoes. We got black olives. I've got some avocado, so I usually put that. We've got tons of cheese. We got a ground turkey. I do ground turkey
Hmm.
as the little meat option.
Yeah, it's not like
I could do peppers, but
it's
I'm
not
not
like
gonna.
queso and chorizo like you would maybe think. Uh,
Oh yeah, no, no, no. We put them in the oven, melt it all up.
it's still delicious.
Delicious.
One of my favorite things.
Yeah. Phil would prefer that like ballpark yellow cheese.
I love
Um,
queso. I love that sloppy,
yeah.
nasty, artery clogging goodness.
Mm.
Ooh, this is really good.
Knockout. Seriously,
I'm
like
glad
it's
that we
really
went
good.
this route. This is 110 proof. Um,
We need to do a
actually, it
couple
tells you,
reviews on this.
yeah, 4 years,
It's
five
good.
months. 4 years, 5 months for 110 proof. And it's not drinking super hot or annoying or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
just good and flavorful. And the mouth feels fantastic. I don't know. I like everything that they're doing over there.
Yep.
I wish we lived closer.
Mm.
Bourbon of the Week says this is going to be great when you open the Bourbon Van Whiskey Bar and Grill. Um, that's, I mean, we talk about this all the time about
I'm a
what my ultimate dream is.
well, I know. I'm not a great usually there's like a good barbecuer. We're like mediocre barbecuers. I mean, it could be the barbecue that we have that we got for like we just picked the cheapest one and put it out back. I'm
Yeah,
not a great cook. I mean, everything I do is very mid. I'm not saying that's not good.
I think you're a
Mid.
great cook. I think you're a great baker.
I know I love baking, but neither one of us are like you know. I do my mom's recipes, which basically consist of a pound of butter and a pound of sugar in every recipe because that's how
And
we
somehow
grew
there's
up.
potatoes in everything that we've ever
Oh
made.
yeah, and potatoes and like
There's,
everything.
it's
So
everything.
yeah, we'll see. But I'm good at stepping up the nacho game.
It's a good question from Bill, actually. It says stupid, but it's not. Are all smoke wagons smoky? I have a ton of Isla scotches, so
Hmm.
know that taste well. Just curious. Well, honestly, I think that there's a heavy oak presence on all the smoke wagons that we've tried.
Hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily say they've all been smoky. I would say that there's a little bit of smoke on the first one that we tried, um, but they are absolutely fruity. They're fruit forward, I think.
Yeah.
They're I get more white than brown sugar on them
Hmm.
usually, but the oak presence is the thing that always gets me because it's such a pure oak flavor,
Yeah.
and that's not something you always get. There's a lot of times it's obscured. It tastes more like milk or dark chocolate or something like that.
Yeah.
But I like that you
Darker
get real
flavors.
oak presence, and I think that's what I liked so much. If you saw our Monday video about Still Austin, the musician,
Hmm.
that oak comes across. You do get some brown sugar there, but it is real pure oak flavor. And I wonder if that's because of the way that they age them. You know, Smoke
Mm.
Wagon in Nevada and Still Austin in Texas, they don't have to age things very long because of the heat. Um, Maybe that's creating that more pure oak flavor that I tend to gravitate toward. I'm not
Hmm.
sure. Mick says lots of wilderness trail right across the border in Washington State. We have driven to Washington specifically to get it before, and we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Um,
We were just talking about how we maybe want to sneak in one more trip to Washington State before it really starts snowing. I mean, the mountains are all covered already, but it's been fairly warm here,
yeah,
and it would be nice to get across.
would be. Yeah, we like camping up there in the wintertime.
Hmm.
Uh, so this is interesting, actually. If you like Wilderness Trail and you've been looking forward to them getting that aged inventory, this spring they're releasing their first 8 year.
I'm excited because
Pumped.
I think they're, I mean, even what they have so far, I mean, you could, when we were there, you could feel the excitement from the
Mhm.
people that you talk to as well. Like they're like, oh no, everything we do is, I mean, obviously, I'm not sure saying that they have to say that, but they appreciate what they do and they love what they do and what they're producing. But everybody was pumped for the 8 year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how that turns out. Um, let's see.
I'm just thinking about that silly Nashville barrel didn't make it. And that was like, ugh. See, and
The
Wild
the rest of the
Turkey,
competition is fortunate that Wild Turkey and Nashville Barrel Company didn't get in. I
I do
really,
think it's
I'm
gonna be
excited
a
with what
more
we've got.
interest I was gonna say it'll be a more interesting competition without any like not not I mean, obviously I didn't say this last year, but if you knew me like you did last year, whatever that is, you knew that the 1910 was gonna win for me. That was pretty obvious. I mean, I didn't really know. The Jack Daniels almost won for me, but this year
Jack
I'm
Daniel's
like,
single barrel proof was all over the place for you. I'm still
yeah, I'm
surprised that
surprised
it
it didn't
didn't
win.
win.
But I it's interesting because I don't I don't actually know how it's going to play out this year. I think it's actually going to be like way
No, there's
cooler.
parity. There's bottles
Yeah.
that we don't really care for. There's no bottles in there
Yeah.
that I'm like, this one's definitely gonna win. There are
Mhm.
bottles that we really like in there. Don't get me wrong, but there's
Mhm.
none of them in there that are like that's a shoe in. Whereas last year, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B520.
Yeah.
As soon as I taste, I think it was in the very first matchup. I
Yeah.
think because it was like we did seeding last year. It was the very first matchup, and I tasted, it and I went, I already know how this is going to go.
Oh
It
no.
was too. It was so. It was lights out. One of the best
Yeah.
whiskeys, and I actually think that it knocked out. That might have been the one that knocked out Wilderness Trail, the 100 proof
Mhm.
wheat bottled bond for me last year, right off the bat.
Yeah.
Eric Gunderson here. Welcome. Eric comes in with the Seinfeld. What do they call that?
Oh, I don't know. I just love it.
What's the icon? What can't I think of what that is?
Are you talking about
The
the
image.
thumbnail?
It has another name.
Thanks, Eric. Welcome.
Yeah.
Glad you can make it.
Thank you so much and welcome. And
We'll
you're
put
here.
up. We've already chosen the lineup. We're just here for the after party drinks.
Yeah.
But we'll stick it up at the end. So
Yeah,
that you
we'll
can
put it up
see.
again. We'll also be posting it to Patreon just as soon as I get it straightened out.
Yeah.
I just have to make sure that everything is set to go. I don't want to launch it and have something not work.
Yeah.
Because we've been through that too many times.
For sure.
Let's just make my grade school picture.
Yeah. Nice. When we were at Wilderness Trail, Phil could probably tell you way faster than I could what the proofs were, but they had some like higher proof stuff too.
Well,
I just love it.
This is 110. This one's the rye is 104, and we have a 114 proof wheat mash bill.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, everything we tried there was awesome.
Yeah.
To be fair, full disclosure too, Jared from Wilderness Trail hand selected these for us.
Yeah.
So that's how we wound up with these specific bottles because they had a lot of them in their gift shop. Highly recommend.
Also, well, I'm not gonna tell you, but we picked up a candle too that it's a little sneaky. The candle that I picked up, like it'll be like 8:30 in the morning, and I'll be like, did you just open a bottle of bourbon? And he's like, what? And I was like, it smells like burnt. And then I'm like, oh, the candle. We haven't even burned it yet. I don't even know what it smells like burned, but like it just smells amazing.
Matt says he's got the single barrel bottled and bond and the small batch bottled and bond. So the small batch is actually what was in our tournament last year. And that was the first, that bottle actually won our $50 bottled and bond challenge for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because it had there was kiwi on it. And I never get that on a bourbon. And I was so impressed with the wild flavors on it that I chose it. And that's not even a bottle that's available here in Oregon. That brand is not available here in Oregon. We drive to Washington to get it. And it's one of the reasons when we went to Kentucky, we were so absolutely thrilled to be able to get over there.
Yeah, I wanted to take home so many. Delicious. Brown sugary. It's very brown sugary.
But it's still bright somehow. It's not overly like dark.
Yeah. Also, we said this last week too, but if you haven't done their tour, I was fascinated by it. There's a cat, which like is right up our alley. But it was just a lovely. I thought it was a beautiful tour. Yeah.
Cooper the cat.
Cooper the cat.
Yeah, if you're a Patreon, you saw us. We actually recorded that tour.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces of it and posted it for Patreons. One of our favorite things.
Yeah, and you get a taste it at the end. I mean, you get a tasting it all the time, but still, it's wonderful. So,
true.
Hey, thanks, Tom.
Yeah, cheers, Tom. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Good luck in the tournament if you're going to fill one out.
Joe not missed the reveal, but finished testing Christmas lights with Baker 7. That's not a bad way, right? What a nice time of year for a whiskey drinker.
So
you're just sitting doing stuff around the tree, sipping, listening to music, whatever. It's great.
So I know that it's only November 17, or I don't know what day it is today, but I know it's after the 15th, but before Thanksgiving, which I know is a little taboo for the Christmas stuff. But one of my favorite things about the holidays is putting up just a string of lights over my kitchen cabinets. And I did that over the weekend. I refuse to do anything else. There's no garland, whatever. We're not really into like all of the stuff. Well, I mean, I'm into all of the decorations, just not everything else.
Say, who are you all of a sudden?
But it's so lovely. I just didn't put it, sometimes we'll put a little garland over here, but we had to wait till, I'm usually a stickler for the Thanksgiving threshold.
And I could care less.
I just get real excited.
I like the movies. I like the music. Give me the jazz. I don't care. I love it. That's the other thing. A lot of good
Ooh,
jazz.
the
A lot of
jazz.
jazz artists have released unbelievable holiday albums.
Yeah, I did. So I lied because I was up early last Saturday. Knew Phil was like waking up, and I put on what is it?
It's
Turk Murphy's
San Francisco jazz band.
San Francisco Jazz
It's an exceedingly
Christmas.
rare.
It's how we usually end the season, but I think we start and end it with the same album.
Yeah,
so
we do.
it was
It's
nice.
it's a rare Seas Candies branded songs of Christmas.
Got it for like $2,
It's
and
so
it's
good.
amazing.
It's so good.
Also, like he was doing like waking up kind of thing, and I was like making breakfast, going like
Took me a minute.
Christmas music.
Um,
Jazz, it counts.
So, Joe, we will be posting this for the Patreon so they can see it
Mhm.
in the next 24 hours or so, and then everybody else will be able to access it next week.
And if you're just joining us, 4 winners, 2 overall winners, and then 2 Patreons get selected as well. Top
If you are-
finishers if you're a Patreon.
Yep.
But
If you're a Patreon, you have literally,
have 4
chances
chances to
get
win.
that bottle, so
Good luck. So excited. Hey, thanks, Bill.
thank you, Bill. We can't wait as well. It's our favorite time of
Yeah.
year. This is gonna be so fun.
And it's like, it's just fun. Literally just fun. And then you get to see these like weird faces 5 days a week.
7 days. I mean, we will be posting daily videos.
Oh crap! Yeah,
It's
7
20
days.
it's
That's terrible.
I think it's 23 days of
I was just thinking
tastings
Monday
and
through Friday, but that's not true.
It's 23 days of tastings, and on the 24th day, we just sit and talk nonsense and pick winners. Because if there's a tie, we will pick the winners at random.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, if you didn't watch the tournament from last year, one of the big takeaways. So in our reveal party, like who won the tournament, I think it was the reveal, or maybe it was what we learned or whatever we did. We had an eggnog challenge. So what's the best bourbon whiskey for eggnog? And if you didn't watch it last year, you should go back and watch it. But I'll sneak peek. If you have the toasted barrel on hand, perfect. I lost that challenge. So I guess you don't have to watch the video, but you should because it's funny.
It was fun.
Yeah.
The whole tournament was fun last year. And honestly, there's so much nonsense. There's so many insane things that happened during it. If you haven't watched that tournament yet, go back and watch it. You get to see Julie chucking out of bottles. You get to see
only happened once.
Multiple bottles.
One time? I think it was one time. Anyway, it was funny. I was so torn. This is what's a problem with like tournaments is that I overthink things.
You knocked out one of your favorite bottles in the first round, and you almost cried.
I think I did. I was like so upset.
We finished that video with your head down.
I mean, that means something too. Like it's like maybe that's not my favorite bottle. What was I thinking?
Yeah, but the bottle that you chose over it made it all the way into your final four.
I know.
Made it to your final, I think. Yeah, it was your final.
There's not too many in the tournament that I, my heart belongs to Old Forester, so there's no Old Forester in the tournament this year, so it's a free-for-all for me.
It is a total free-for-all.
Yeah.
Well, and Wild Turkey is it for me this year. I mean, I've been crazy about that brand. No Old Forester, no Wild Turkey. This is going to be crazy.
It does feel. We're going to talk after this because maybe we will do some sort of Thanksgiving off. It's weird, but with the leftover. Oh, Thanksgiving leftovers.
Well, this is what somebody said.
I know that's what I'm saying, but like, we'll talk.
We've got all kinds of bad ideas. Thank you, Ivan.
Hey, Ivan, thank you.
And our full interior and tree up last weekend. Go for it. I agree. What do we hold back for?
I know we
because we don't have any time to do anything.
Well, I was gonna say, so we get a real tree every year, and so we always pick it up the Saturday after Christmas. But it literally, this is like all my plants or vegetables that I try to grow. I'm really good about watering it for about the first 2 weeks, and then it just kind of gets iffy. And then at some point in the house, you're like, does it smell good in here? Or does it smell like something's dying? And then it doesn't even make it to Christmas, and the tree is just like,
kill me.
No, the tree is completely dead, but it looks beautiful because nothing, like the needles have fallen down, but it's hard. Like when the branches start getting hard, that it's hasn't done well.
End of the line.
And so I think we get our tree for a real tree a little too early, so it's usually not alive by the time the holidays roll through. Depending what your holiday is, yeah.
Tim's got his tree up from last Christmas. He doesn't care.
Perfect. My girlfriend's got like 3 trees. They do like the Charlie Brown tree. She's got like the white tree that has like all the crazy lights, and then like another one, like a plastic tree. That's what I keep telling him. Like we need all the
No,
variations.
no, no.
I just like
One
decorating.
one is enough. We this place, it could not be smaller.
True. Anyway, still fun. I love it.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Thanks,
Tim,
Tim.
Timmy. We hope that your back is doing well. Give
Yes.
us an update.
Hope
Let us know how you're
yeah.
feeling.
How are you feeling? Thank you so much,
Ruby's excited for the tourney. So are we.
Ruby. I'm telling you, it's anybody's game.
It-
I don't even know what's gonna happen.
Anything could happen.
Yeah.
This is so wild.
So to be honest, I'm really excited because, as we mentioned, a good healthy amount we haven't even opened yet.
Never even gotten
Which
into
I
it.
actually think that we probably should, because I think bottles usually out of the neck
I
pour is
like
a
the
little
idea of-
spicy.
Yeah.
So
I like the idea of opening them, getting them some air in them. Like Booker's, I think, could probably use a little air.
yeah,
I think that like Old Bardstown, it's 101 proof, but a little air might do it some
I'm
good.
interested to see how that 114 tastes.
Uh,
I don't know. But
yeah, the old
Thanks,
Overholt
Ruby.
114 that could probably use a little
Yeah.
time to cool out too. So
but
we
good luck.
we might do a actually we've talked about this. We want to do a Patreon live stream next week.
Yeah.
Sort of a
Oh.
precursor to Thanksgiving. Were you thinking Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay, Patreons, we will
We'll
poll
let
you
you
and
know.
see what you think.
Yeah.
But we were thinking maybe a Tuesday night where we sip a bunch of the bottles that we've never tried before, just get them open, get some air into them before the tournament starts, and then just have a couple of drinks before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we don't have any plans. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out. Our family all lives many thousands of miles away.
They need to change your name to Forrester.
Mm.
Would you like me more?
No.
Middle-aged Forrester?
Middle-aged Forrester.
I like it. I think that one's
Phil Forrester? Delicious. Sounded weird. I didn't like that.
It sounds like the worst name of like a character on a TV show.
I also want to say that Norman must be pumped too, because this is the most like
I'm telling you, it was the aggressive napping.
appearances.
He's been aggressively napping all day.
Agreed. I also want to say that
It's a good question.
Um,
I've had some concerns on how we do this to make it as blind as possible.
we did
Sorry,
think,
I totally interrupted your thought there.
well, I was just going to go back to the thing about how sometimes an empty glass smells better than when you're actually drinking this. It doesn't taste better, but the smell of a glass when you're finished drinking it is sometimes superior to like when the liquid is actually in the glass.
Oh, that happens.
And this
Stellum for me is like that.
this smell, I mean, I could just sit here and just like,
You don't want me to refill it for you?
oh, I'll, have another one, but I'm just saying. It's just delicious. Oh wait, let's go back to the.
Sorry, I got to go back to
comment.
Jim's question. So how we did it last year is, I would pour them, or Julie would pour them. They would be set on the table, and then the other one of us would mix them around. And at the end, we would reveal what we were drinking.
Yeah.
I think that's probably how we'll do it this year. We talked about having somebody fill up a ton of 2-ounce containers for us.
Yeah.
Then we just pick one at random. But
that would have kind of negated what we just did.
Right.
With the tournament, because our friend Jason had offered to do that for us last year. I'll be
We
perfect.
might do that with some of them, but I honestly, I think that it's so chaotic. There's already so much nonsense here, and there's so many bottles we don't know what they even taste like. I don't know that's going to help us.
And I'll be perfectly honest, like last year, I mean, I can't remember anything. So I have a 50-50 chance of knowing. Like sometimes I was like, I definitely know what I'm drinking, and then I was totally wrong. But
I mean, how many times have we done 5 Sip Fridays where I was like, this is definitely a rye, and it's not even close to a rye?
I mean, I might be able to pick, but like, especially at the end of the tournament, I was like, oh, I know this A is Jack Daniels and B is Makers. And so then it really became a choice of figuring out what I've actually enjoyed versus knowing. So a lot of times I think, but I'll be honest, like of the ones that came in, so I was really shooting for that Russell's 10 to be in, but I probably know what that tasted like. Yeah. Some of the ones in here I've only either had 0 times or 1 time.
Totally. Most of them.
I feel like it's going to be blind for me almost across the board. So
and even some of the stuff that made it in, Elijah Craig small batch.
Yeah.
Sometimes it tastes sweet. Sometimes it tastes spicy. you never know what's going to show up with that bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like as much as it's small batch, it's still unpredictable. So,
But if
well,
but there's always next year that we could just do a full, completely blind. It's just difficult.
well, we haven't talked about the merits that we're going to judge this thing on either. And effectively, it is what hits our palate better. We're not choosing the best whiskey or the better whiskey. We're choosing better whiskey for ourselves. So
yes, that's a great point.
So like
if you're still paying
last year,
attention.
we knew
Personal
that
preference.
we knew that there were whiskeys. You could taste the difference between $100 and a $20 whiskey. But if something hits your palate better, and you pick the $20, that just happens. So
I want to reiterate that. That's actually a really great point, because it's not. This tournament is not about like this is the best bottle of 2021.
No,
This is
because we
about
will do a video on that too.
yeah. This is about, for me at least, it's like what do I enjoy drinking, and what do I want to continue drinking? Like what can
Yeah.
I see? Like I do judge on like, oh, this is actually better. Like I love this, but this is actually a better one, and that has consideration for me. But it's not about like this is my number one bourbon of 2021.
Yeah.
At all.
Nope.
Like it's about what I actually think the flavor profile, I take in very much in consideration the drinkability aspect, all that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not as concerned with that.
Yeah.
Tim says he's doing great, getting a lot of good stuff taken care of while at home. Fantastic. Glad to hear it, bud. Did not sound like a fun.
I'm so jealous. I'm putting the hold on it.
Kurt, good question. You think what you get to choose all along. You fill out the entire bracket, and one thing to be aware of when you get to the final one, because it shows you one matchup at a time. This system, this plugin, we did the best we could. Last year, people literally filled out a PDF by hand, sent it to us, and then we kept score manually.
Yeah.
That is not reliable, and it's not tenable because last year we only had 40 people total. This year we expect a lot more.
A lot more. Yeah.
So times 10. I hope. We'll see. So you will be filling that out. And when you get to the final matchup, the champion matchup, once you click that, what you think it's going to be, it's submitted. It's done.
Yeah, there's no changing
you can change it while you're filling it out, but not when you get the final one. So
we're making that in bold at the top so that
it might be a smart idea, honestly, to sketch out what you think beforehand. Because on the way that it presents it, it's like as you click through it, it just shows you what matchup you're choosing as you go through. And you can click on the whiskey to see what the proof is, but that's all it tells you. So that's how the app goes. We will try to show that off a little bit when we announce the tournament next week. But so that's just one thing to know, that once you click that final one, you're in. It's submitted.
Good. Yeah, I think it's gonna be great.
So
it's gonna be fun.
It should be.
You never know. I feel like there should be ups and downs.
It's supposed to be fun.
It's supposed to be. I'm gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a good time, and 4 of you out there are going to win something pretty spectacular. So we hope you have a fun time with it as well.
Well, I'm done with mine.
I'm done with
mine. Let's say goodbye to some folks that are still online, and then it's nacho time, baby.
Do you want to show them the intro?
Oh, guys, Phil made a new. This is a great way to end the live stream, actually. So Phil made a new intro. If you watched last year, we had little, I want to say jingle bells, but it's not, like a little jingle that we played. Up to game this year.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna play this.
What do you call that? A premiere? This is like a Marvel premiere, but it's us.
It's 10 seconds. It's 10 seconds long. It's not that great. Okay, we're gonna show you, and it's in lo-fi. It's not even in high def. So we're gonna show you the intro for this year's daily
and the tournament.
Here it comes.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
I love it.
So
there is music behind it. It was weird that it didn't have any music. That's
we couldn't hear it. They could.
Oh, you could?
Well, there was no music, but they heard the sound effects. Yeah.
Oh, well, good. Well, that makes me happy.
And the Diego says premiere.
Yeah, it's very exciting stuff. You were all here for the.
Julie didn't hear the end of it where the little Santa is grumbling. You've never heard that. You didn't hear that version.
No, I didn't. I saw him he looked a little too happy. Like it wasn't so like.
He has frowny eyes.
I know, but I thought it was really cute. Phil put it together today. I gave him the 2 thumbs up. I thought it was really cute. And
So that's going to be the intro.
and
So you can already see that the chaos and the madness and stupidity is already getting started here. So
I'm
it's the
excited.
season. We can't wait. We're so excited for this tournament. We're so excited to share this with
Literally,
everyone.
Phil's been talking about it since April.
Masterpiece. I was talking about it since January, honestly.
And I just want to, one more thing before we sign off is that only two more 5-Sip Fridays for season 1. And then we're going to take a break for the advent tournament, but we'll be back in 2022, which is like a mind crazy that we're already at 2022.
Right. We decided not to do any bonus episodes of 5-Sip Friday. So you will see one from Texas this Friday.
Yeah.
And you will see one from New Mexico next Friday.
And then maybe we'll throw some bonuses in, but we'll start again in 2022. But don't miss the next two because 5-Sip Fridays are my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially the one that we end the season with the last of the month. It's going to be huge. And okay, is that it? Did we do it?
I think so. High five to end it.
High five.
I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it. We'll send out the link. Fill out the brackets. You can enter 11 by 11. Is it 30 or 30? How many days are in November? 31?
You have to enter by the end of the month, basically.
Enter by the end of the month to win. And Smoke Wagon's delicious.
Yeah, win a Smoke Wagon.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us. As always, if you are interested in learning more about the tournament before everybody else, join us on Patreon. Check us out there for as little as $3 a month.
I don't have anything in my glass, but...
What else? Join us on Instagram at the Bourbon Van. And from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
My glass is empty. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thanks for joining. Reach out with any questions, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. Take care.